Okay, hello everyone. I'm so excited for today because we're coming off the summit, right? And we've all been thrown so much information in the past 2 weeks that I wanted to jump on here to give everybody kind of like a breather. This is going to be recorded, so I don't need you to take notes or anything. This is going on YouTube. So if you want to just listen in, if you're just like, I'm done, I've taken enough information in this week, I totally get it. Don't even worry about it. Like I said, it's going to be going on YouTube and you can watch this later. But I gave away during the summit the morning routine, which is the first part of the Starve, Kill, Detox protocol. And I wanted to make sure that we went over that PDF and got you guys set up because, yeah, I mean, it's lemon water and celery juice. How complicated could it be? It is actually, because there's a lot of things that could happen that you need to know are okay. They're normal. So hopefully you can refer back to this video and you'll be like, okay, everything is fine. This is what's supposed to be happening. Okay, just fix that right there. I hate seeing myself. All right, so as you're jumping on, let me know where you're from. Say hi. It's so much nicer when I can see your comments and see who's here. And listen, with StreamYard, that's the app that I use to go live. I can't always see who's commenting because it just says Facebook user unless you allow StreamYard access to your profile. But don't worry about that. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, because I have my phone right here with the comment. I always do that. With all the comments coming in, so I could still see. So I know the instructions pop up with how to register with StreamYard. Don't even worry about that. All right. So, oh, hi, Ginger. I see Ginger's on. Irina's here. Angela, Stephanie, Rhonda, Shauna, thank you. Thank you so much for saying hi when you jump on it. It makes it a lot easier for me to know that I'm talking to people when I'm on here. Okay, so we're going to start with the morning routine. I'm going to go over everything that I gave away in the summit. And I don't want you to think, oh, I wasn't part of the summit, I don't have it. Don't worry about it. I'll post the link down below. If you want to go right now, it's go to mindingyoursoul.com/the morning routine. Just type that in. And like I said, I'll put the link in later, and it comes over the download, and it's a PDF and it's a bunch of pages, and just read through it. It has all the instructions there. So whatever we're going to talk about today, all the instructions are there. So first, we got so much information from this week, right? And I know that it could be so overwhelming. In fact, for me, I didn't watch the interviews every day because I know all of that information is going to completely overwhelm my brain. So what I'm going to do is watch probably 1 or 2 a week and just absorb everything. And that's what I highly recommend that you do too. Just go at your own pace and watch a little bit at a time and see what resonates with you. The reason why I want to jump on today and do this is because the first thing, no matter what protocol you decide to go with, whether it's this one, whether it's somebody else's, you need to start with the energy, because here we are given all of this information. And I remember thinking when I came across information on how to heal, I'm like, I can't do this. I have no energy. Someone's got to give me the energy first so that I can do all of these things. So that's why in my protocol, I start with the energy. I give away all of this information for free. What we do, if you're new to the group, we got a lot of new people because of the summit, new to the group. So what we do here, this is called the Live at 5. Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, I jump on here and I teach you how to recover from MS exactly the way I did. So that this way, I don't charge for any of the information. You have all of it at your fingertips. You could take it and you can run with it, right? If you did want coaching, I open up enrollment a few times a year. And we do it all together. We do the whole body, mind, and soul. So it's not just the nutrition stuff. It's also, in order to heal anything, you have to address all the levels, right? The body, the mind, and the soul. So Matt Rowe is a part of the program. Catherine Rose is a part of the program. So every Wednesday, if you want to know exactly how I healed myself and how my clients heal, just jump on here. You could watch it live or you could watch the recording. It's always going to be recorded. And if you wanted to see all the past ones, including the workshops that I've done in the past, you can go on YouTube. They're all right there. Just type in Minding Your Soul in the search thing and look for the green logo. So subscribe to that or don't subscribe to it. All the videos are there if you want to. All right, so how do we get energy, right? Here we are, we're all battling with these MS symptoms, and we're like, all right, I need the energy. How do I get it? We are going to utilize the body's built-in system for detoxing the crap out of our systems and giving us energy. So before we begin on the actual steps, I want to give you just a little lesson on how the liver works, because a lot of this talk is about the liver. So before you wake up, let's say 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, it is for most people that the liver wakes up, because we all wake up, 7, 8, 9 o'clock? The liver wakes up a couple hours before you do. And the reason why it does that is because it wants to get its work done before you get up and start eating, and it's shutting the whole process down. The liver wants the quiet time to pull all the crap out of your body so that when you wake up, you pee it out. And that's why your first morning urine is always the darkest, because the liver did all the work at night, and the first morning urine is pushing out all of those toxins. When you drink water, especially lemon water, and we'll talk about why lemon later, when you drink water first thing in the morning, you are helping your body push out so many more toxins than it could have on its own just using the water that you had in your body. So what you want to do is when you wake up, drink 16 ounces of lemon water to help push those toxins out. If you don't do that, your body is going to have to reabsorb all of those toxins that your liver just works so hard to pull out. Now, why is this important? Well, think about it. Let's say you had a cleaning person come to your house every day, but they can only spend 30 minutes a day. So every day this person came in and cleaned for 30 minutes. And every day after this person left, you and the kids, the husband too, messed up the house, right? Messed up the house all over again. When that person came back the next day, they're starting over from square one. So they're never going to make any progress in getting the house done. They're never going to get to the scrubbing the tub or cleaning out the closets or getting into the refrigerator, because every day the house is being messed up after they leave. That's kind of like when your liver does all the work in the morning before you wake up. You don't drink the water. Your liver has to now reabsorb everything and start over the next morning, pulling those things out again. So if you do these things in the morning and help your body get even more out, that's like keeping the house clean after the cleaning person comes to the house, so that eventually over time, she comes 30 minutes every day, over time she eventually gets to the bathtub, the closets, the refrigerator. And so when your body doesn't have to deal with the toxins and the crap inside your body, when that stuff starts to leave your body, that's when your body has the time to do all the other things that it never really had the time to do. You're going to be amazed at what 16 ounces of lemon water in the morning feels like. A lot of people get a little upset and they're like, really? This is all I had to do? This is it? It's this simple? The lemon is very important, and here's why. And listen, I know I'm going. I will go back and look at the comments. So if you're putting in questions, I'll go back and scroll and I'll answer all of them. And plus I have some questions that I want to answer on this video from today in the group. I took pictures of them, so we'll do that later. So why is the lemon so important? When you drink water, it goes in here and it goes out the other end. So two things here. Our water is dead. It doesn't come from rivers and streams. It doesn't have anything alive in it. It's filtered. It comes through dirty pipes sometimes. And so what happens is it usually ends up going in this end and coming out the other end and not really getting much further. When you add the lemon brings the water to life and allows it to go through this tube that runs from here all the way down to the other end. It goes through the tube and gets into your organs. It gets into the liver, the layers of the liver. It allows the water to get further into your body and hydrate everything. Now, you can use lemons, you can use limes. It's fine. They both do the same thing, but the lemon is very important. So when you wake up in the morning, it doesn't matter what time you do it, just that it's the first thing that you do in the morning, so that your liver is still in that detox mode and you're pushing out all of those toxins. Then what you want to do is, and the one thing else that I wanted to say in the beginning, when you first start this, you're going to be like, Janine, the water's not doing anything, because I know for sure whatever I'm drinking is coming out. I'm actually peeing out more than I'm drinking, it seems like. And you're like, what is the point of this water if it's not getting into my body? All right, so here's my analogy for that. It will definitely seep in, but it takes time. Think about if you took a gallon of water and you poured it over a dry, cracked clay desert floor. It's going to beat up, right? You pour it over the floor and it just sits there until the water can soak in, and that takes a while. If you were to pour a gallon of water into wet soil, like in the garden, like after it rained, you pour it in, what happens? It soaks right in because it's wet. It's already wet, so it can absorb it. That's exactly what happens in your body. So it's different for everybody. The timeline of when it starts to get absorbed, it's different for everybody, but it usually takes either a couple days to a couple weeks. So eventually, when you start drinking that 16 ounces of lemon water in the morning and you feel like you're peeing it out, like what's the point? Give it a couple days, give it a week or so. What happens is eventually, if your body's not used to drinking so much water, it's not used to absorbing it, you're pretty dehydrated on the inside. It's going to take a little while for that water to get saturated inside your body and really soak through. So give it some time, okay? Makes a huge difference in energy. Huge. Now, what I do is 16 ounces in the morning, of course, and then wait about 20 minutes and then do your 16 ounces of celery juice. When I'm squeezing, just a little tip, when I'm squeezing the lemon in the morning, I make my 16 ounces of lemon water, and then I squeeze, it's a half a lemon to 16 ounces, by the way, that's it. And then I take the other half of that lemon and I squeeze it into here. And then I take another lemon, I make my daughter's water, but I also squeeze it into a little jar and I stick it in the refrigerator. This way, when I'm finished drinking this, I don't have to go, I gotta go squeeze another lemon. I don't feel like doing that. No, the lemon juice is already in the fridge. Take it out of the fridge, refill this, and then you got another one of these. All these little things of making life easier really do add up. All right, so you know what? Before I get into the celery juice, let me take a little bit of time to see if we have any questions in the comments. Oh, we have a lot of people on here too. Shauna, hello. Karen's on. Rhonda, Erica, Stephanie. Stephanie's in Ohio. That's awesome. I hear there's great weather all over the country. Hey, Victoria, Marusha. Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming on. This is awesome. All right. Shauna says, what if you don't sleep through the night? Does your liver still have a normal cycle, or does it have a disruptive cycle? Let me see more. I do a disruptive cycle like I do of being up 3 to 4 times a night. Okay, that's a good question. Your longest period of sleep, right, is probably going to be what, after 3 a.m.? It's so different for some people because most of the time your longest period of sleep is like your REM sleep is from like 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. But it's different for my husband. My husband, he will get up at like 3, 4 o'clock, go to the bathroom, right? And then go back to bed and then like have broken sleep for the rest of the morning. So whenever your longest period of sleep is, that's when your liver is going to do its work, when you're in REM sleep. So if you're up a couple times a night, pay attention to if you get like a good chunk, because if your liver's like, all right, listen, I gotta do this work. When's the best time to do it? Okay, she's normally asleep from this time to this time. I'll do it then. Your liver is always going to find a way to clean out your body, always. So don't worry if you have broken sleep throughout the night. Your liver is always going to find a way. Your body is always going to find a way to get done what it needs to get done. You just have to give it the tools to do it. So I don't want to branch off too much. I'm going to get back over to the celery juice, but I just want to make the point when I say your body will always find a way. That's why when people come to me and they say, Janine, I can't feel my leg. I don't think that there's any way that I'm going to heal. I always explain to them the detours, and there's a whole video, and I think that's on YouTube. It's called, I forget what I called it. It has a picture of the detours. I think it said slow down to go faster. And that's when I talk about the detours. The signals that are leaving your brain, headed down to your foot, they're getting stuck and they're not going to where they need to go, which is why we can't use our feet. And in my case, my legs or my hands at one point. When that signal gets stuck, your body can absolutely make a detour around probably the scar that it's getting stuck on. Your body can absolutely make that detour. But if your body is exhausted and it doesn't have the resources, then it's going to go, I can't, I'm staying here. I can't, I'm not going down to the foot today. Your body has a plan B, a plan C, a plan D. You just need to give it the energy. So I have watched when people have taken care of their bodies and given it what it needs and did the starve, the kill, the detox protocol, this signal goes, it leaves the brain and it goes, oh, it still hits the scar, because our bodies aren't always going to heal the scars. Your body's always going to work in a very efficient off of a very efficient priority list. So when your body hits the scar, it can either heal the scar or it can go around it. Most of the times, it's just going to choose to go around it because it takes so much energy and resources from your body to regenerate myelin. That's something that the doctors don't tell you. Myelin actually regenerates, but your body doesn't need to. So if you give your body what it needs and give it enough energy, that signal that leaves your brain and originally got stuck on the scar, preventing you from feeling your feet, it will go around the scar and it will continue once your body has the energy to do that. Okay, so there is never a time when anyone is in a position where the body can't heal, unless the nerves are severed. If you're in an accident and they're completely severed, and that's why the signal can't get through. So, okay, Shauna, so that was, I hope that answered your question. Let me know. Angela, does the B12 help with the energy when you have the peaks and valleys stage? Okay. Yes, definitely. The B12 will definitely help with energy. Everyone should always be on that B12. I recommend the Vimergy brands because that's the brand that the medical medium recommends. It's pure. It doesn't have any crap in it, and it's third-party tested. We're going to talk about peaks and valleys in just a second because I want everyone to understand what I'm talking about with the peaks and valleys and why it's so important. So the lemon water you do first. Half a lemon squeezed into 16 ounces of water. Drink that down. Doesn't matter what time. Just the first thing that you put in your body is going to be that lemon water. And then wait about 20 minutes. Let that lemon water do its thing. And then drink your 16 ounces of celery juice. And there's no recipe for celery juice. You just run it through a juicer and drink it. Yes, of course, organic is best. But if you can't get organic, you're still going to get the healing benefit. So just if it's not organic, wash it really good. Run it through the juicer and drink it. 16 ounces is the magic number. That's the ideal number. However, work your way up. Definitely work your way up to the 16 ounces. And the reason why I say that, anyone who's done celery juice, if you want to chime in and tell them why it's important to build your way up to that, is because celery juice kills the Epstein-Barr virus on contact. We are trying to kill the Epstein-Barr virus. That's everything that we're doing. We're starving the virus. We're killing the virus. We're detoxing it out of our body. And that's why the protocol is called Starve, Kill, Detox. It's not about starving yourself. It's about starving the virus. So we starve the virus. We kill the virus with our very powerful immune system, and then we detox it out. But we always start with the detox first because we want to get the detox process of our bodies operating and running first before we start starving and killing the virus. And the reason is because we don't want to overwhelm our bodies with the die-off. The die-off, that's what the dead virus is called. The dead virus, the corpse of the virus, is a neurotoxin. It is still going to give you symptoms. Even though the virus is dead, it takes weeks for it to leave your body, and it's still going to give you symptoms. So that's why we got to get that detox process of our body, our livers really working. And that's where the celery juice comes in, because it does a number of different things. It kills the virus on contact, and it also flushes it out of your body because it gets into the deep layers of your liver. So why do you have to start out slowly? Why can't I just drink 16 ounces of celery juice right off the bat? Well, you absolutely can, but you're going to find most of the time, most people are going to be running to the bathroom. Next week, the Live at 5, we're going to go over the 4 stages of the Epstein-Barr virus. So we're going to talk about when you come in contact with it, when it's in your bloodstream, what the symptoms are, when it leaves your bloodstream and goes into your organs. So the virus is all over. It's all over us. A lot of times it's in our gut lining and also in our organs. When it's in our gut lining, when you drink the celery juice, because it kills it on contact, your body is so overwhelmed with all of that dead virus, your body goes, oh my God, get this out of me immediately. Get it out of me immediately. This is awful. We're overwhelmed. use the nearest exit. And because you have a light at the end of the tunnel, that's what it uses. Your body immediately evacuates right there. Whereas when the celery juice gets further into your organs, when it's excreting the dead virus, it doesn't have a light at the end of the tunnel. It doesn't have an immediate exit. So your body has to use other systems to get that virus out of your body. It has to use your excretory system, your lymphatic fluid. And that's why sometimes we'll break out. That's what happens to me. Every time I'm detoxing, it's through my skin. So when you first drink celery juice, you want to start slow, 3 to 5 ounces, and see how you react. You might just be going to the bathroom going, ooh, that's really soft. Okay. And then you want to stay there for a little bit and then maybe build your way up. You'll never know, because you can't unzip your body. You will never know where your virus is. Is it in the lining of your gut? Is it in your organs? Is it in both places? You're never going to know until you drink the celery juice. So start off slow and then work your way up to 16 ounces. There's a couple points that I wanted to make. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the question of, well, what if I don't get any diarrhea? What if I don't get any bathroom issues? Does that mean that I don't have the virus? No, it just means that the virus is not in your gut lining. It's already left. Next week, we're going to learn more about when the virus leaves the bloodstream, when it goes into the different organs, thyroid, spleen, liver, what the symptoms are. And then whatever your symptoms are, the collection of symptoms is then going to determine what diagnosis you get and what they call that. Very interesting. And that's going to be next week, the 4 stages of the Epstein-Barr virus. But for right now, we're talking about energy. So how do we get that energy right away to do the things that we want to do, whether it's this protocol or that protocol or any one number of the things that you learned on the summit or somewhere else? Whatever you want to do in life, you need the energy first. So you start out with the 16 ounces of lemon water, and then you go over to the celery juice 20 minutes later and work your way up to 16 ounces. Now, here's the thing. I got a question from, oh, hi, Rhonda. Hello from Tyler, Texas. I love that. Keisha's on, Jenny's on. All right, very good. I want to make sure that I'm getting all the questions because I'm going to get out of the comments here. I'm going to go over to my pictures. Okay, because there was a really good question that I think a lot of people have. So Claudia asks, hello, everyone. In the past, I've read about Anthony Williams and tried his protocol, drinking 20 ounces of celery juice in the morning. I started to faint all the time, so I stopped drinking the juice. Some would say my body was detoxing, but it was so bad that it scared me. Has anyone else ever had this experience? And if so, what advice do you have? This is very important to understand the peaks and valleys of healing and why it's so important to take breaks. So here we are talking about the lemon water and the celery juice. And if you're like me, you're like, oh, celery juice, I could do that. I'm going to do that every single day and I'm going to heal really quickly. That's not how it works. You have to watch how your body is responding to the celery juice, because detoxing all of that virus out of your body takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of resources. And for anyone who has a lot of symptoms and is already very tired, you're going to see your energy level go down. And then you're going to say to yourself, is this working? I'm getting worse. I can't believe I'm more tired than I was before. Janine, you said this was going to be energy. All right, so here is what a lot of people, I didn't know. This is a lot of stuff that I didn't know, that I had to learn the hard way. So I want you guys to go into this knowing this information so that when you have a successful experience with celery juice, but you also don't overwhelm yourself with, is this working? Oh my God, I messed up. I'm not doing the right thing. All right, so when you start the celery juice, it is very important to watch your energy level, watch your fatigue level. Anytime you detox anything out of your body, it takes a lot of resources. It takes a lot of energy from your body to get the shit out. So let's say that your energy baseline is here, okay? And you start the lemon water, you start the celery juice, and you notice that your energy level is going down over the next couple days. And you're going, oh no, this isn't working. This is actually not giving me energy. What you want to do is take a break from the celery juice, not from the lemon water. Take a break from the celery juice and let your body come back up, okay? Come back up. It doesn't come back up to the baseline. It comes a little bit higher. And then you're going to start the celery juice again. And then you're going to give it only a couple days or maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. Everyone is different. Only you know how you're feeling and how your energy level is. So you're going to start again. And then you're going to go, okay, energy level is going down. And only you are going to be able to say, okay, this is where I need to stop. I need to stop here. I feel my energy level going down. Stop the celery juice. Wait for your energy level to go back up. The energy level goes here. That's when you start again. Okay. So the healing process is not your energy level is here, you start the celery juice, and you just keep going up and up and up. That's not how it works, unfortunately. The healing process is always peaks and valleys. So the energy level is, or might, most of the time is, going to go down. That's when you stop the celery juice. Continue with the lemon water, stop the celery juice. And then wait for your energy level to go back up. It's going to, your baseline of energy is going to go back up higher than it was before you started the celery juice. And each time that comes back up, that's when you're going to start the celery juice again and feel it go down. Feel your energy level go down. Now, what I tell people is you don't want to go down so far. You don't want to go, I can handle this. I'm going to just go balls to the wall and I'm going to drink celery juice every day and I'm just going to heal really quickly. I totally get it. That is my personality. I have struggled with balance for so long. I've got the balance down with the lemon water and the celery juice and the nutrition part of it, but I struggle now in other areas of my life with balance. I totally get that personality, which is why I hope you can learn from my mistakes. I went too far. And the further you go down in that valley, the longer it takes you to come back up. When you're coming back up, you're losing faith. You're like, this sucks. Why am I doing this? This is too hard. You don't want to go so far down in that valley that it takes you that long to get back up and that much energy to get back up to where you were. And I also want you to know that the deeper the valley does not mean the higher the peak. It doesn't. I used to think that it did. It doesn't. So you want your valleys to be not so deep. Your peaks are going to keep getting higher and higher, right? But the deeper the valley does not mean the higher the peak. You don't, just because you went further down here, right? And it took you a long time to come back up, doesn't mean your peak, your feeling good stage is going to be higher. So keep that in mind about the peaks and the valleys and go slow. Only you know when it's time to stop. So I'll get questions. Well, Janine, when should I stop? I can't answer that. You have to, when you start the celery juice, understand where you're starting from and be very aware of your body and your energy level, right? And then they're saying, well, how do I know if I'm tired from the celery juice or if I'm tired from the shit that goes on in my life? I don't know. You got to be aware of this stuff, right? Because I was talking to somebody the other day and I said, no one knows. Like, how much energy would you have if you had nothing to do in a day? No kids to take care of, no house to clean, no job to go to. Nobody knows. We all have these responsibilities. But what is your baseline of energy? Pay attention to that when you're starting the celery juice and pay attention to your energy level going down. That's when you stop. So the other question, which is a good segue into what we were just talking about, excuse me, let me pull it up. Okay, so it's this one. It was from Brenda, and she said, here's another question I have. I'll read her previous one in a second. Do you have to do the lemon water and celery juice forever? Because if you do, I know I couldn't stick with that. That is a great point. So a lot of people ask, well, Janine, do you just do celery juice and lemon water and do you do it every day? No, I never did it every day. I do it Monday through Thursday. I figure, all right, start my week, Monday through Thursday, I do it. Do I skip a day in there sometimes? Yeah, absolutely. But my goal is Monday through Thursday, and then I give my body the break Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, when I say I give my body the break, I still do the lemon water. I still wake up and I do my lemon water. I do my 16 ounces, and then I fill this thing up. I also take breaks from that, though. So every now and then, my husband and I will, on a nice day, we'll walk to the diner. And when we're walking to the diner, we get up, I throw a baseball hat on, and we go. A little bit different now that we have a baby, but I throw the baseball hat on and then I get the baby up and whatever, but we go to the diner. I don't drink the lemon water. That is my day. Sunday is like I get up, I walk over to the diner, and I drink my coffee. So Yes, you do have to do this for the rest of your life, and you're going to want to do this for the rest of your life. Right now, if you're experiencing symptoms and you're like, I have to do this for the rest of my life, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Trust me, once you are on the other side, once you don't have these symptoms anymore, once you can say that you're healed, once you have the energy to do everything that you've ever wanted to do, once you're helping other people, right? You're not going to care what you have to do. You're going to be like, all right, lemon water, celery juice. Yeah, absolutely. I'll do that. It's so worth it. It's the same thing with going gluten-free and dairy-free. People are always like, oh God, I don't know if I could do that. Trust me, you can. Right now, you're walking up and down the grocery aisles, right? And you're just grabbing what you grab. And it's the same thing every week. You go down this aisle, down that aisle, you grab, you check out, you go home, you do the whole thing. Once you go through the transition of knowing where the good gluten-free stuff is, where the good dairy-free stuff is, once you're through that transition, it's the same thing. You go up and down the aisles of the grocery store and you're grabbing the gluten-free pizza, the dairy-free sour cream, all your fruits and vegetables, and it's the same mundane trip to the grocery store. It's the change. Any transition, any change seems like a lot, and it's overwhelming because we have so much going on in our lives, which is why I say take one thing at a time. Even with my protocol, the reason why I made it 4 months long is because there's no way I can give you all of this information and you go, okay, great, I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to start removing gluten, dairy, eggs, heavy metals. I'm going to add that smoothie to my morning, and then lemon water, and then celery juice. Oh, okay, then we're going to talk about fragrances and supplements. Okay, great. I would overwhelm anybody. So that's why you have to take things in. You do this for a month. You do that for a month. Because if you started everything and then all of a sudden you're having symptoms, you're not going to know what to stop and what to continue with. That's why in this protocol, I wanted to give you guys, especially in the summit, anyone who joined the summit has that protocol, the morning routine. But if you're not in the summit and you want it, don't worry about it. Go to mindingyoursoul.com/the morning routine, download it. This is going to give you the energy. It works for everybody. But there's stuff to know about it. That's why I do the Live at Fives, to give you this information. And that's why if you want to heal with a group of people and you want to accelerate the process, a couple times a year, I open up enrollment. The last one opened up in May, and I think I'm going to do the next one the end of April. I'm never sure, because you never know how life is going to go. But I'm trying to stick to a process. But since I just had a 3-month-old, I'm not exactly sure. But let's just say sometime in the fall, I'll open up the enrollment again. And that's when we get on Zoom 3 times a week, right? Twice as me. And then the third Zoom of the week is either Matt Rowe or Catherine Rose or Jen Marks, because we are addressing the body, the mind, and the soul all in one. So more information on that on the website. I want to make sure that I get to all of the questions that I said that I was going to answer. Overwhelmed, do one thing at a time. Okay, so I talked about the peaks and valleys. Make sure you don't let your energy level get too far down, right? You stop and then let your energy come back up. And then you start again. You take everything very slowly, which is really hard for us to do when we get our hands on really good information. We just want to, take off running. You really do have to practice balance with this, because you can go too far and you can get too deep in a valley, and that will overwhelm your body, and it will take you so much longer to come back up to your baseline that you're going to run out of motivation because you're just going to be exhausted. So please try to learn from my mistakes and take it slowly. I answered Claudia's question. Oh, coffee. That was another one. Someone's like, Janine, I don't know if I could ever do your protocol. I need coffee. And I cleaned it up already. I had my mug here and I'm like, I drink coffee. I drink coffee daily. I didn't do it while I was pregnant, right? But now I need coffee. I don't know how people live without it. I was sleep deprived for 2 months. I thank God I had my coffee. I did a video. So if you want to watch the old one, it's on YouTube. It's called For the Love of Coffee, I think I called it. But there's a picture of a coffee. You can't miss it. And I'll do another one in a couple weeks. Coffee is very good for you. It's just what we do to it. We make it highly toxic. We make it highly acidic. But there is a way to drink your coffee so that you don't douse your body with toxins. So I just want to give you a little bit of information because when we're starting with the lemon water and we're starting with the celery juice, you don't want to then drink 2 cups of regular coffee. And when I say regular, I mean not organic. You don't want to drink 2 cups of that and douse your body with so many chemicals that the next morning your liver has to now work to pull out of your body and you have to pee them out. What you want to do is just like cleaning up after the cleaning person leaves, right? That's kind of like the coffee. Oh, I had something I was going to say that was a good analogy. It will come back to me. So coffee is the most heavily covered crop with pesticides. The most heavily, because the coffee plant is so delicate that it has to be sprayed with a shit ton of pesticides and chemicals so that, one, it grows really fast, because you know how much coffee is consumed in this country. Actually, in every country, I think it is. And plus, so that it doesn't get eaten up by bugs. It is completely covered with pesticides. So in the morning, we're doing our lemon water, we're doing our celery juice, we're doing a great thing. And then we drink a mug of regular coffee. We're dousing our body with all those chemicals that your liver now has to work to pull out of your body tomorrow. So the only thing that you have to do is make sure that your coffee is organic. Make sure it's organic. If you can get a low acid one, that's even better. Something that's grown in the shade. I mean, you can get as fancy as you want. Make sure it's organic so that you're not dousing your body with more chemicals. Otherwise, you're never going to get ahead, right? Your body is cleaning, your liver is cleaning up your body every single day. Let your body get ahead of the game so that once your body is cleaned up of those toxins, your body goes, all right, what's next on the list? What else can we tackle? And that's when healing begins. What was I just going to say? Oh, I forgot. Oh, okay. So same thing with the heavy metals, right? Our bodies were absolutely designed to get rid of all of this stuff that we come in contact with on this earth. Absolutely designed to do that. But what happens? All of a sudden, we are getting bombarded with more chemicals, and then there are less nutrients and vitamins in our food to combat all of those chemicals. So at the same time that we are bombarded with so many more chemicals in our food, our food supply, or bombarded with so many more chemicals, in our food and on this earth, just living on this earth, coming in contact with the air, we're covered in chemicals. Our food supply is now depleted of the nutrients that it once had to get rid of all of those chemicals. That's why we have to do some extra things now. We have to do extra things to get all of the crap out of our bodies so that we can begin to heal. So this is good for anyone. This lemon water and celery juice, this is good for anyone who either has MS or doesn't have MS. If you're a human, this is a great thing to do. This is definitely going to get you more energy and clean the crap out of your system. When my husband had COVID, he was on celery juice twice a day. He wasn't happy about that, but he drank it twice a day. And he was able to get that virus out of him very quickly. He was barely affected. He wanted to go to the gym while he had COVID. I talked him out of that. So what we do in the starve, kill, detox process is we start with that protocol that I just described, the lemon water and the celery juice, and then we go from there. So for anyone who's new to this group, who got the summit information, who wants to get started with that morning routine, make sure you do it in a way that you're being gentle to your body, you're listening to your body, and you're stopping when you need to stop, so that you don't overwhelm your body. These are the things that we talk about on the Zooms every week. Okay, this is what I'm experiencing. Do I stop? Do I keep going? What do I stop? I want to go into the comments and make sure that I am not missing anything. So, okay, Shawnee is watching. And yes, definitely. Did I hit everything? All right, very good. Yeah, I did. Okay. I think it just took my phone a minute to catch up. All right, so I got all the questions in the group. What to expect? Can you heal without celery juice? Oh, I didn't talk about that. Okay, last one. The last one on my list. If you have more questions. Oh, I knew it. There are more questions right here that I don't see on my phone. Reminds me, I have to go back to, can you heal without celery juice? Okay, so I can't see your names, but I can see your comments. How do you know when the corpse is going to leave if you keep taking breaks off the celery juice for peaks and valleys? How do you know when the corpse is going to leave? You don't. You always go by your energy level. So when my husband had COVID, the doctor said, listen, even when your symptoms are gone, you're still going to test positive for COVID because the dead virus is still going to show up on the test. The dead virus of any virus, whether it's Epstein-Barr or COVID or the flu or anything, is still going to affect you and still going to cause symptoms. How long it takes you, your body, to release the corpse, I don't know. Nobody knows. How good is your detox system working? How long have you been doing celery juice? What else do you do? How many fruits and vegetables do you eat? I don't know. Nobody knows. But what you can always go by is your energy level, right? You always can go by your energy level. When your body is handling stuff, your energy level is good. When your body is working really hard, your energy level goes down. So as you drink the celery juice, as you're mitigating these peaks and the valleys, you're going to start to see a difference. Because if you were to take, let's say on a piece of paper, your peaks and valleys, your valleys are not going to be as low, but your peaks are going to continue to get higher and higher, right? So if you were to plot the tops of the peaks, you would see that line going up. Right. But as you're going through it, you're going up, you're going down, you're going up, you're going down. But over time, you're noticing a big difference in energy. Now, when do people start noticing that big energy influx? It's different for everybody. Some people are within a day. Some people are within 2 weeks. Some people are a little bit longer than that, but it's usually between a couple days and like 2 or 3 weeks. There have been people, I don't want to say any names, but if they want, you've seen them in the group, they're walking. They're literally walking after just a couple of weeks. So everyone is affected differently. I don't want you to be like, oh, Janine, I drank celery juice and I wasn't running the next day. It's different for everybody, but it does work for everybody. There's no way celery juice can enter your body and not work. It's amazing at killing the virus on contact, but you just have to know it's not like you drink celery juice and all of a sudden you have this amazing energy. I want to be realistic. I want to set you guys up because I know in the past, when I didn't have anybody, the questions that I would just overwhelm myself with. Am I doing the right thing? Am I going to heal? Am I making myself worse? What if I am making myself worse? Maybe I should stop. Maybe I should keep going. And then you just drive yourself crazy and you stop doing everything. So if you guys know realistically what to expect, you're going to be more likely to keep going. And that's when you're going to feel the difference. I hope that answers your question. Sabrina said, okay, I got it. Thanks for the info. You're very welcome. I hope I answered that. The right way. All right. So, oh, that was Sabrina. I'm sorry. See, I saw you on the phone, but not on here. Perfect. What kind of coffee? I can't see who's asking that right now, but I can see the question. What kind of organic coffee do you use? Whatever Costco has. Whatever Costco has in stock, it's usually the Mayorga, I think it is. It's in an orange thing. So I used that when I was after I nursed my son for a month. After that, I went right back to coffee. And my father-in-law got me this Dead Man's Brew or Dead Man's Reach. And it was organic, but it was extra caffeinated. I'm working my way off of that now and going back to the regular caffeine because now that Jackson is sleeping, I need less caffeine. But man, am I addicted to the caffeine. I shouldn't be because I'm burning the hell out of my adrenals. That's a whole nother video. So any kind of organic coffee, you really have to find the kind that you like. A low acid one is best because what they do with the coffee is they roast it. Obviously they roast it, but a lot of times because of the mass production of the roasting or of the coffee, they roast it at such high temperatures. It turns the coffee so acidic. Even if it's organic, it's still really acidic. So when you get a low acidic, sometimes it will say low temperature or a slow roast. That means that they took more time to slowly roast the beans so they're not as toxic, which means they're not as acidic. It's even better for your body. But you really don't have to get that fancy with it. Go to Costco or whatever store you go to, get an organic coffee. It is going to be more expensive. Not by much, but it is going to be more expensive, but it's so completely worth it because like I said, we're working every day to get these toxins out of our body, right? So that our bodies can perform better. You don't want to be dousing it every day with cups of coffee that are completely filled with chemicals because you're never going to get ahead. You're never going to feel that influx. So is coffee okay to drink? Absolutely. Is it super good for you? No. Does it feed the virus? No. So that's what I always go to when people say, can I eat this? Like sugar. A lot of people stay away from sugar. And I'm like, you should definitely not eat a ton of sugar because that's not good for you. But you don't have to avoid it. It doesn't feed the virus. It inflames the shit out of your body, right? So you want to use it sparingly. And I do have another video on YouTube that has the green, yellow, and red way of eating. The green is going to be healing, very healing to your body and build up your immune system and kill the virus. The yellow is going to be your neutral foods. It's going to be like gluten-free crackers. They're not healing your body, but they're not hurting your body either, and they're really freaking good. And then you have the red. The red is the inflammation. You want to stay away from that. Well, you want to use it sparingly, like red wine, alcohol. Yeah, it's highly acidic. You don't want to do that all the time, but a glass of red wine, I don't know about you, but I need a glass of red wine every now and then, or like every weekend. All right. Hey, Katie, I see you. How are you? Okay, so this one says, does it need to be pure celery juice? I mix beetroot with celery for morning juice. Thank you for bringing this up. I completely forgot to mention that. Absolutely. You have to have it straight. You cannot dilute it. I can't believe I didn't mention this in the beginning. I'm sorry. You cannot dilute it with anything. Now, celery juice and beetroot juice is excellent for you. Keep drinking that, but drink that later in the day. In the morning when you do your lemon water and then the celery juice has to be completely straight. That's when you're going to get the healing benefits from it. You can't dilute it, not even with ice. Not even with ice or water. You have to drink it straight. That's when you're going to get those cluster salts in your body, doing their work, killing the virus. Always drink it straight. Again, beetroot, celery juice, delicious, drink it later. But when you're trying to do what we're trying to do, is kill the virus, get more energy, you want to do in the morning, and you want it to be completely straight, not with anything. Now, the medical medium does say, if you can't stomach celery juice, I feel bad for you because I love celery juice. It goes down easier than the lemon water goes down for me. But I get it. If you don't like the celery juice, he says to build your way up to drinking straight celery juice by cutting it with cucumber juice. I don't know if that's much better. I like celery juice better than cucumber juice, but do half and half, cucumber and celery juice. So it kind of brings the celery flavor down, and then little by little builds up less cucumber juice, more celery juice, so that eventually you're getting to that straight celery juice. That's where the magic happens. 16 ounces of straight celery juice. Oh, okay. So let me go back to that. So can you heal without celery juice? Yeah, absolutely. When I first started healing, my daughter was 2. So that was in 2008. I started my healing journey in 2008. Medical Medium didn't release his first book until 2015. So think about it. From 2008 to 2015, I always tell people I healed myself about, I would say 60% of the way. I was still getting dizzy around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I wasn't like, it was the brain fog, but I was good in the morning, and then around 3 o'clock I would crash and I would never recover. It was hard to get through the nights. My right leg was still numb. Forget my right toes. Forget about those. Those were gone. And I would still have like the tingles. I had a patch on my back. My arms were good. But my legs, anytime that I got sick, like the flu or cold, I'd lose my legs. And why did that happen? Because when the signal left my brain, my body was too tired to make that detour. So anytime that I was sick, it would stop and it wouldn't make the detour. I would lose my legs. Today, I can get sick. I can get the flu. Not that I've had the flu, but I've had it years ago. And I was the happiest flu patient ever because I didn't lose my legs. Yeah, I was miserable and I was sick, but I was so happy because it meant that it was no longer a detour. It was now the primary route. So your body is always going to find a way around the scar, always. And eventually it's going to become the primary route. It's no longer going to be a detour. So what was my point? Okay, so my point was 2008 to 2015, I didn't know about the medical medium. He released his first book in 2015. So by that time, I was about 60% healed, and I read his book, and he spoke very much like me. The things not spoke, but the way I thought, because I never said this out loud. I knew that my body wasn't attacking itself. I don't know how I knew that, but I felt like there's something in my body. I don't know what it is. So what is causing my immune system to go on the attack? I thought, well, what causes the immune system to go on the attack? It's either a fungus, a virus, or a bacteria. So I treated my body like I had all three, and I tried so many different things. I drank gallons of red clover tea. I went for colonics. I did every cleanse that I came across. So over those years, from 2008 to 2015, I tried everything, and that got me 60%. And I was happy with that. I was walking. I was taking care of my kids. I went through the whole ex-husband thing. That's a whole nother story. I got through that. I survived it. I saved the house. Like, I'm good. But then the medical medium released that book, and I'm like, oh my God, this is what I've been thinking. Okay, so he talks to the spirit of compassion. That's weird, but whatever. Let me try what he says. I tried it, and that's what took me from 60% to 100% healed. When I tell you 100% healed, my toes, my pinky toe on my right foot, complete, full 100% feeling. I never thought that was possible. I was like, I don't need my pinky toe. I don't even need my right foot. I could totally do this life without any of those. But I'm telling you, 100%. I was paralyzed. My arms, my legs, I was paralyzed. I'm running today. Okay, I'm not running as much as I did before Jackson, but I'm going to get back there. I can honestly say, though, the celery juice is what turned everything around. So now in my coaching practice, I take the stuff that I learned over those years, I take the medical medium stuff, and I put it all together, and I put it in a 4-month program so that you guys aren't overwhelmed, because I know myself. I got too much shit going on. I can't do everything at once. It had to be an evolution. So I've streamlined it so it's very efficient, but it's still an evolution. It's still, at the end of the 4 months, you are going to have your toolbox. But I don't want to talk too much about that because enrollment's not opening until the fall. But just know that there is an opportunity if you want to accelerate your healing and you want to do it with a group of people. It's real nice to have that village, that community, the check-in every week, 3 times a week on the Zoom. You get very close with these women, and the healing, it's amazing when you do it with other people. So I think that was all the questions. Let me check the comments before we go because we're coming up on 6 o'clock. I don't want to take up too much of your time. And again, listen, if you guys are on the live or if you're watching the replay, you could always put your comments and your questions in the comments section here because I still get notifications. I don't so much on YouTube, but so don't comment on YouTube because I won't see that right away. I don't check that very often, but your questions, you just put them in the group somewhere, either in the comments under this video or just post them in the group and I will definitely see it. And especially tag me because now we have a lot of new people, a lot of comments, and sometimes I don't see everything. Okay, so again, I can see your name, Natalie. Perfect. Any recommendations on exercises along with all of this, like exercises that work on neuroplasty? Okay, I still got 20 pounds to lose from having my son. I am not an expert on exercise. Yes, I run. Running's not great. It's highly inflammatory to your joints. I started this 10X program before I was pregnant, started lifting weights. I'm not your expert. I recommend everybody to the MS Gym. The MS Gym knows exactly what they're talking about. They focus specifically on people with MS. So please go there for the recommendations because I'm just going to be like, well, this worked and this, I am no expert on the exercise. I just know it's important and I try to get it done as often as possible. I'm sorry, I'm not a huge help on that. I know fresh is better, but can you, that's another one. Thank you. I know fresh is better, but can you use store-bought celery juice? No, you can't. No, it doesn't work the same. It's pasteurized. If you're buying already made celery juice, it's pasteurized. They heat it up to kill all the bacteria so that they don't get you infected with E. coli and listeria and all those other things that can happen in bottling factories. So no, you have to juice it yourself, unfortunately. It is a pain in the ass. But once you get the energy and once you feel what this feels like, you're not going to mind so much. You're not going to mind so much. It's still a pain in the ass, but you're happy to do it because of the way you feel. So you can juice it the night before and drink it the next morning. You can juice it whenever you want and drink it within 24 hours. You can. And it's still going to be just as good healing-wise. I just don't like the taste of it. If you don't mind the taste of it the next day, then do it. Do it at night. Juice it at night. Or juice it and then drink it within 24 hours. That you can do. Whether or not you can freeze it, I don't know. I think you could. I don't know. I honestly don't know if you can freeze it. I just know that fresh is best. Try to drink it fresh as often as possible or within 24 hours. I know it's not making it. Oh, Natalie says, yep, I'm in the MS Gym. Okay, yeah, definitely go to the experts for the exercise advice because I am so not your girl. I am not the kind of person who loves to go to the gym. I just go to the gym because I know I have to. It's good for me. I like the way it makes me look. And I haven't gotten there since Jackson's been born. I keep saying every week, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go reactivate my membership. And I haven't done it yet, but I do go for walks every day. And I will start running again. I'm just not there yet. Just not there yet. All right, let me make sure I got all the questions. Oh, Suzanne says, do some celery brands taste better than others? That's a good question. I don't know. Because I've been using Costco, I think I only bought celery, like the stalks from the stores, for maybe a couple of weeks before I realized that Costco has it. Costco has it in a 2.5 pound bag. It's the base is already cut off. The leaves are already removed. It's washed. It's organic. You take it out of the bag. You throw it through the juicer. It couldn't be any easier. I've been using that since 2015. So, you know what? I really don't know. I'm sure. Like, I remember when I used to buy the celery stalks, some were heavier than others. Maybe some are sweeter than others. I really don't know. I'm telling you, get on a good system. See if your Costco or your BJ's or any wholesale supplier has it. Most of them do now because there's so many people on celery juice. And just try to make it as easy as possible so that you're not buying the stalks. If you are buying the stalks, let's say you don't have any access to a large retailer, large warehouse retailer. I think that's what they're called, the BJ's and the Costco's. I got a really good tip from my mother. I bought a whole bunch of celery at once because it was on sale. So I bought a whole bunch of organic celery. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to keep this fresh. I don't want it wilting. It's a lot of money. So, you don't want to waste it. So what she said to do really does work. So, the plastic sleeve that the celery comes in? Take the celery out of that sleeve. Keep the sleeve, the plastic sleeve. Wash your celery. Did we take the base off? No, you don't even have to do that yet. Oh, well, you could do it. Either you take the base off or you don't. Either way. Wash it off. Cut the top off so you remove the leaves. Wrap the stalk, whether you cut the base off or not, it doesn't matter. Wrap the stalk, the whole stalk, in a paper towel, and then take that paper towel wrap stalk and stick it back in the plastic sleeve. Twist the top of the plastic sleeve, tuck it in the top of the ribs so it stays, and it will stay in your refrigerator a lot longer than if you were to just leave that celery stalk in the bag open. I hope that helps. Okay, I think we've hit. Erica says the MS Gym is great. I'm also doing David Lyons MS Challenge Fit. That's the reason for this group. This group is amazing. So many people have so much good advice. If you're doing an exercise program that works for you, whether the MS Gym or David Lyons, post that stuff. Because as great as the MS Gym is, maybe, David Lyons would appeal to somebody else because of his personality. Post that stuff so that we can all learn from one another. I mean, I learned about the celery stuff from my mother. I learned so many new recipes in the group from everybody. Everyone is so helpful. So if you're just coming into the group, post away all the helpful stuff. You'll find that everybody is really amazing in this group. We're all very friendly and helpful and caring, and there's no victim playing. People aren't out there just looking for attention. People are actually out there going, come on guys, you can do it. Yeah, you're having a bad day. Okay, let me pull you along here. Let me throw a little inspiration at you. There are so many people in this group who just want to see you succeed, who have already healed and want to see you succeed. So jump right in, ask questions, share the information that works for you. Do a hashtag or something. I just learned about those a couple months ago. Do a hashtag recipe, right? If you're posting a recipe, this way you and everyone else can go back, go in the search thing and type recipe, or I think you have to type in hashtag recipe, and then all the recipes come up. Use this group as a great resource because there's so many people in here who have so much good information to share. And, I just wanted to run here, where Erica says, I run a group called Black Girls Move. Message me. See what I mean? Just put that out there. Whatever you got going on, what if you're helping people, put that in Minding Your Soul. Minding Your Soul is all about minding the matters of your soul, not just the matters that I talk about, the matters of your soul that matter to everybody. Put that in the group. Let everyone go, oh, that works for me. Oh, that doesn't work for me. Oh, I think I want that. Utilize this group. All right, I'm on a soapbox. I'm going to get off my soapbox. All right, guys, live at 5. This is every Wednesday. If you're new to the group, join us every Wednesday or don't. Watch the recordings, but I'll be doing a live at 5 every Wednesday. So next week, we'll talk about the 4 stages of the Epstein-Barr virus, and it's going to be amazing. If you've never heard this before, if I do say so myself, the first time I heard of this information, it was like reading a diary of my childhood and all the times that I was sick. And then I knew why I was sick. And I watched as my childhood went and progressed. I watched, oh, that's how the virus progressed. Now I can see it. It was amazing. So if you heard it before, I'm sorry, we're talking about it again next week. But if you haven't heard it before, the 4 stages of the Epstein-Barr virus, I'll be talking about next Wednesday. So I'll put soon, in the next couple of days, probably this weekend, I'll put the event in the group. So All right, everyone. Who said that? I need to get in on that. I missed that. Oh, Stephanie said I need to get in on that. Yeah, it really is interesting. Ginger, thank you. Jeannie is great. Thank you very much. I just hope that everyone does this. Like whatever works for you, I hope you share it because someone else is begging to find the information that you have. So that's why this group was created. No one should keep any information that helped them to themselves. Let everyone benefit from it because that's how we're going to heal. I always say, look how fast COVID spread from coast to coast, right? Within weeks. We can spread this information. Nobody has to suffer. You can absolutely heal from MS. You don't have to suffer. And I will spend the rest of my life telling whoever will listen that you don't have to suffer. You do have choices. You can absolutely heal from MS. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I love this hour with you guys. I'll see you in the group and I'll see you next week. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.